I'm MelodyGaysharks, and this is my girlfriend, Iris Girlfriend.
Yeah, I'm Iris Girlfriend. That is my name. Yes.
And we watched the 2025 spring anime season
Mm-hmm.
because we saw a lot of cool stuff, and we decided to follow it. I haven't really done this kind of thing before too much.
Yeah, actually closely
Where I
following
sat,
the anime
yeah.
season. Neither have I. Yeah, this is a first time thing for me as well.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
was really fun to actually just try out a whole bunch of different shows, stick with the ones we liked, and we're going to be talking about our experiences, just going through it, keeping up with it week to week in this video.
Yeah, so we watched about 10 shows,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a great time with it, and we're gonna rank them and give our thoughts on them
Mm-hmm.
and how they stack up and all that good stuff here.
Yeah.
So quickly, let's go over the shows we watched, and we're gonna go over all the parts of them. So spoilers for the following shows.
Yes.
First off, we have Mono Weekend Animation. This one's about a bunch of girls doing fun stuff with cameras and going out and eating a lot of food.
Yeah,
It's
it's mostly
created
about
by
food.
the same creator as Yuru Camp.
Mm-hmm.
Very much more of that. Next, we have Yaiba Samurai Legend. It is a remake of the old Gosho Ayoma series, Yaiba Samurai Legend. It's a very Dragon Ball-esque series. Yaiba has this he's
Original
gotta fight
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, original Dragon Ball. Yeah, so it's very
Pre-Z.
much classic adventure. Yeah. Pre-Z.
Yes.
Next, we have Maebashi Witches, which is
The
Uh,
craziest shit I've ever watched in my entire life.
it's about girls trying to be witches
Debatably.
by dancing. Yeah, that it's about things.
It's about so
then we have
much.
Uma Musume. Yeah, it's about so much.
Uma Musume Cinderella Grey.
Uma Musume Cinderella Grey. Yeah, this one is another entry in the Uma Musume franchise. It is an anime starring the racehorse Oguri Cap as she tries to become the best racer in Japan.
It's a sports anime,
And
basically.
it's a sports anime, basically. It's really good. And all the girls are horses, and they run real good.
Yeah.
And next we have Apocalypse Hotel.
Mhm.
It's about a bunch of robots running a hotel centuries after humanity has left Earth, and they may or may not come back one day.
Mhm.
And it's a very lovely, melancholy series, also by Cygames.
Yes.
Yeah.
They funded it with all of the money they took from me that I spent on Grand Blue. So you're welcome.
Yeah.
I gave
You're wel-
I gave you this
exactly.
series.
Exactly. All these came from Iris
Yeah.
spending so much money on Grand Blue Fantasy. Next, we have Rock is a Lady's Modesty, which is about a high society, what do you call it? Private school girls who form a rock band and do gay music.
Yeah, they
It's
do
really-
gay music. It's
Yeah.
very, very horny show that uses music as a metaphor for girls doming each other very
Yep.
explicitly. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Next, we have You and Idol Precure, the latest in the Precure series. It is about idols, fittingly, and yeah, it's another Precure.
It's another Precure.
And then we have Princession Orchestra, which is
Another
a
Precure,
new
except not.
franchise. It is basically a Precure from the creators of Symphogear.
Yes.
And so the main new thing is that it takes place in an alternate world, where you can go into an alternate world where girls, do fun stuff with a bunch of little mascot dudes, and it has lots of singing. All the magical girls have their own songs.
Yeah, they all sing while they fight.
And yeah, they all sing while they fight. And lastly, we have Guilty Gear Strive Dual Rulers, which is the first anime adaptation of Guilty Gear. It's a new original story starring Sin Kisuke and the new character Unica.
It's not the
So
last
those
one also.
are... Yeah, that's the last one.
No, it isn't. You forgot Once Upon a Witch's Death.
Oh, I forgot about... How did
Yeah.
I skip that? Oh, no.
Yeah, you skipped
Once
over-
Upon a Witch's Death. My eyes just jumped over that one.
I think
Once
that's the
Upon
only
a
one you
Witch's
skipped,
Death.
though. But yeah. Once
Yeah,
Upon a
yeah,
Witch's Death.
no. Once Upon a Witch's Death is about a girl, Meg Raspberry, who's training to be a witch also. And she learns that she only has a year left to live unless she collects 1,000 tears of happiness.
Yes.
And so she's going around trying to do that and learn little witchy lessons as she does.
Yes, yes.
So those are the shows.
Those are the ones we
yeah.
watched all of. We watched to completion,
Yeah,
except for
we
the few
picked
that are
those
still
out.
ongoing. At this time, there are some shows that have not finished, like Precure, Princession, and Yaiba are ongoing into the next season, but we have watched all of them that is available at this time.
Yes. All the other shows have been completed except for those 3.
Yeah.
And they will be following them, but we're probably not going to be ranking them as like, as much as the other ones. The rest is probably, we're not going to talk about as much as like, the plot and everything because it's not finished. But we'll talk about what we can. And for the stuff we dropped real quick, we followed a couple other shows or tried them out just to see and didn't quite take. First is Ninja and Assassin Living Together.
Yep.
That one was probably the one we watched the most of.
We watched,
and
I think,
we got like
4
maybe
or 5
like
episodes.
4 or 5 episodes in. It's almost, I wanted to like it. It
Are we
seems
talking
like
about these shows
I'd
now?
like.
Yeah. Okay.
Just a little bit. I'm just going to say just a little bit. Why I dropped it. We just didn't vibe with it. It was just not particularly funny or entertaining.
Yeah.
It had a lot of like just bleh humor with it.
Ninja and Assassin Living Together is just like, look, we will give anything gay a shot. Like, anything that looks gay, anything that we know is gay, we will give it a shot. And this is one where the gay is canon. Which, unfortunately, it's like, this is the most canon gay show we watched this season.
It is, yeah.
Like,
This is the most textual gay.
We're going to talk about this later in a tier list, but all the other shows, they kind of have caveats when it comes to, like, the gayness in the show. Like, a lot of these shows are gay, but this is the only one that is, like, full on, just, like, explicitly as possible canon gay. And we just did not like it. Unfortunately, really wanted to get with it, but it's so horny.
Yeah.
And
the jokes were not very good, and they kept repeating them. The whole bit where she kills the enemy of the week in like one frame, and it's just like that was funny at first, and then I got tired of it real quick.
This was the thing that killed the show for me. The thing that killed the show for me is that I don't like the main couple. I don't like them.
The main couple just they were
the ninja and assassin. I don't like their dynamic. They don't have a great chemistry to me. I hate the joke with them. It gets old so fast. And basically the whole show is like it's built around how like these ninjas come in who are like the premise of the show is that this ninja leaves her clan behind and she joins up with this assassin, and a whole bunch of other ninjas are like chasing the ninja because she fled her clan, and the ninjas will show up and they'll have like ridiculous powers, and like they'll have this intro with great animation and stuff, and then the assassin shows up and the screen goes to black, and when it comes back they're dead just immediately, just like a 1-second fight. She stabs them, they're dead, and it's over. That's the whole joke. That's the whole show. It is what they keep doing every single episode, and it
starts out as like 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 a rug pull, like it's a gag. How
you get the
much,
joke at first.
But then they do it like 6 more times, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting tired of this.
It just didn't stick. Didn't like it, unfortunately.
It feels like the author thought it was way funnier than it actually was.
And
but yeah,
did like the side couple in it.
Wasn't,
that was the one thing.
The side couple
was
cute. Yeah,
there was a side couple in it. That
they weren't particularly interesting either. They were just kind of there. But yeah,
they were just the best thing in a show that didn't have much going on for me personally.
Yeah.
So yeah, on to the next show that we dropped.
It's Uchujin Mumu.
Oh yeah, this show.
This one is about an alien who comes to Earth to study our technology, and he takes the form of a cat. And I think it's supposed to be really cute, but I hated the way the cat was drawn. It's so scary. It's like how fucking in Five Nights at Freddy's, the guy was inspired to do like a cute looking animatronic, and it was so scary that he made Five Nights at Freddy's. I hate that cat. Oh, he's like such faces.
Yeah,
doesn't look cute at all, and it was okay. It didn't have anything interesting enough. I didn't find any. Yeah,
I think we gave it like 2 episodes, if I remember right.
1 or 2. I was just not feeling it.
And the
cat was.
It was really just like it was mostly down to like the cats look weird in the show, because like the thing is like I'm willing to give shows a shot for one of 2 reasons, just on a singular basis. 1, they're gay. 2, they're about cats. I'm willing to give anything a try if it's about like cats or pets or cute animals or something.
If there's a gay cat show out there, tell us.
But yeah, this one we tried it out because it's like, oh, it's about like a cute alien cat or whatever, but she in particular just could not get over the fact that this cat had human eyes.
It's so weird, and the mouth was like, it's too realistic. It was Uncanny Valley nightmare.
Yeah, and it just I wasn't like as bothered by it as she was, though I do get it. I understand why. It's very like uncanny valley looking. But even aside from that, the show didn't feel like particularly inspiring. It felt like very basic, and like it just wasn't really doing all that much to make me want to go, oh yeah, I want to see more of this. It just kind of was what it was to me.
Yeah.
And next
and then we have Beginning After the End.
Oh yeah, Boss Baby Isekai.
The Boss Baby Isekai. Yeah. So this one is based on a web novel, and it's about a king dude who's from a future evil war place, and he's like, I'm the evil king who rules whatever, and then he gets isekai'd into the body of a baby, and he's got like, and he's like, I'm an evil guy, but I'm in this baby body, oh boy.
Yeah.
And it's and then it just becomes like generic isekai from then on, I presume. We only watched like 1 or 2 episodes.
I think we watched 3.
Certainly.
But yeah.
3? Yeah.
I think we watched
But
3.
it was, we were probably never going to keep up with that one. But
no, yeah. We
it was
basically
just
watched
fun
it
to
just
watch,
as a
actually.
joke. I know that I had heard about like how it apparently had some like all-time like terrible animation in it.
It does have pretty bad animation. Gets slideshow quality.
Yeah, it's a PowerPoint presentation.
Down the line, yeah. My friend actually DM'd me like some video. So like, check this out, and it's just a fight scene where they're like not moving. Their slideshow, it's pretty great.
It's just very
it's
aside from the fact
standard,
that it stars a baby, it's very boilerplate isekai.
Yeah,
the same setting that like you'll see in your
nothing
average
interesting
isekai.
about it. Doesn't even have the good animation, like like any of its peers.
And the fact that it's a baby doesn't really like hold up as a
I know he
novelty
grows
for
up,
long.
but we only saw him as a baby.
We saw him as a baby, yeah. He we grew up into like a little kid, I think he was at like the tail end.
I think he gets older from what I've seen, but also I don't care to watch that far.
Yeah. There was one more show that we dropped also.
Yes. Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman.
Yes.
This one is another... it's not an isekai, but it's the isekai formula.
It has
of,
isekai
like, generic,
vibes, yeah.
Yeah, it has isekai vibes. Generic form, generic fantasy world. Gay anime hair. Why did I say gay? It's not
not
straight.
gay.
It's so fucking straight.
Your instinct is just to say gay.
Yeah, my instinct is to be gay.
Yeah, but no, this one was not gay, unfortunately.
It's just like this dude who's like in the country. Yeah.
Honestly, these girls, I wouldn't want them to be gay. The girls in this show were awful.
They were did not like him. No.
Yeah.
This one is notable to me for being like the only time I've seen like a harem thing where I like the lead like the most, and I want better things for him. The lead guy in this one, I think his name is Beryl, if I remember right. He's just like some dude who lives out in the country, and he's like, well, I love sword fighting, I love training, and it's really nice. My life's nothing special, but I'm really happy with it. And then big titty anime girl comes in, and is like, I'm one of your students. Oh, it's been so long. Oh, you trained me, and now I'm like super cool or whatever, and I want you to come to the big city and train and show everyone that you're the bestest guy ever. And also his parents are like, hey, you gotta get me some grandkids. You better go with that
breed,
hot anime
child.
Girl.
Go breed.
And he's just like, and I want this poor man to get out of this show. He deserves a nice
go
MILF.
Get a nice MILF.
Go get him a nice MILF. He seems like he genuinely seems uninterested in these anime girls with terrible designs and dumb lame powers who are all like, oh,
horrendous
you trained me, master. Oh, I'm so strong because of you, and you're the coolest guy ever. He and his the animation actually seems to portray that he is using like actual sword fighting techniques that seem pretty grounded as opposed to anime swordsman.
Yeah, the thing is, so there's like honestly a killer premise in the show to me, but I don't think the show realizes it. Feels like an accident almost because
definitely.
I'm pretty sure this is like
trying to make slop and they stumbled onto it. Yeah,
it's like it's got a really good idea in there, but I'm pretty sure it is like a straight harem. Like it feels like it goes in that direction. But the idea of this old man who accidentally stumbles his way into all of these girls wanting to be in his harem, and him just being like totally disinterested, like, oh my god, get me out of here, I don't want this. And all these other people who are using like these big anime sword techniques, but his are like very simple, like realistic sword techniques and stuff. Like that's a good idea. Like
there's a good idea
there's a really good idea in there if it was only self-aware.
Yeah
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the stuff we dropped. We didn't really watch. There's some other stuff I've heard is good this season, but we didn't really find. I didn't, I at least didn't think it was anything else. We
wasn't
didn't
gay
want
enough.
to put too many shows on our plates. Yeah, it wasn't gay enough. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, if we didn't talk about your favorite show, sorry, but we're not like trying to. We didn't want to cover. We're not gonna ever do like a whole full recap of an entire season.
Well,
just the stuff we like.
Who has the time other than people whose
who has
job
the
is to
time for
recap
that?
the
I'm not.
stuff?
Oh no, I don't have the time for that.
Yeah,
but
no.
we did like this season. There was a lot of great stuff, and we're going to rank them in our different categories.
Yeah, we have
So
a bunch of
real
different
quick,
categories here.
The categories are going to be, we're going to rank the best openings, the best endings, best characters, how gay the shows are, our favorite moments, the funniest comedy, most emotional, coolest action, best couples, best cast, best animation, the worst moments, worst character, and the best overall show.
Yes. Those are our categories.
Yeah, those are our categories. We're going to just go through those in order, and we'll talk about them. I'll give, I'm thinking we're going to go back and forth and say, like, my favorite, then your favorite, or my pick and your pick. We'll talk about them a little bit.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So, where better to start than the opening?
Yeah.
We're going to go over our top 5 best openings.
Okay, you can
All
start.
right.
What's your number
All
5
right.
top opening from
My
this
number
season?
5 pick is Exclusion from Guilty Gear Dual Rulers. So
okay.
I'm taking these both as a song and a visual element. The visuals are fine. They work. It's neat and everything, but nothing special. The song is really, it's kind of, it's very in the vein of Guilty Gear music, and I have listened to it a lot, and that's mostly why it's here, is because I do like the edgy, anime butt rock, and it's in line with the Guilty Gear. I like it. It's fun. So it's nothing special, but I did enjoy it a lot, and I listened to it on and off again, just because it's just real fun, and it's got good energy. The visuals are nice. They're okay. They're better than the show.
Yeah.
Poor Guilty Gear Dual Rulers does not have a budget much, really. But yeah, that's my first pick.
All right.
How about you?
My number 5 pick was very tonally different from yours. Mine was Mono, Weekend Animation. That was the OP that I picked.
Nice.
And yeah, I really like Mono's OP. It's got a nice little jingle that gets stuck in my head a lot. The sha-la-la-la-la. That's always like rolling around in there. And yeah, it's just like very cute, and it does like a good job just communicating sort of like the ideas of the show. It's just one of those cute girls doing cute things kind of things, and just seeing all these friends like hanging out together, traveling about.
It's got such nice shots.
Yeah, it's just really nice, and I feel like it does a good job getting the show across, and it's catchy and fun, and yeah, I really like that one. So
Yeah.
What's your number 4 favorite OP from this season?
My number 4 is Ready to Rock from Rock is the Lady's Modesty.
Yeah.
This one is another one where I really like the song. It's nice rock thing. It's got pretty good visuals too. I like the visuals a lot. It conveys the energy of the show, and I think it goes across. It gets across the idea of the show very strongly, very quickly. The idea of rich girls who do their band thing in secret. It's very fun to see the characters all come together and everything, and it gives the show a lot of attitude. It's got a lot of energy. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Don't have much more to say. I will have more to say when I get my main 3. But yeah, those are my that's for that one. How about you?
I'm worried right now that the rest of our lists are the same, because my number 4 is also
They
Rock
might
is
be
the
the
Lady's
same.
Modesty. Yeah, I think that our entire
really?
top 4 is the same. I'm pretty.
They
They might
Okay,
not
it
be
might
in the
be.
same order. They might be in the same order.
Might
but
not be
I'm
the same
sure.
order, but I do think we definitely have the same number 1.
Yeah.
I'm certain of it.
Yeah, we probably the same number 1, but number 4 is Rock is a Lady's Modesty. That OP. I like that one. My only problem with it is that it's a show about a band, and it's not one of the band's songs, because it has vocals, it has lyrics,
vocals,
and this band has no vocalist. It is not one of their
That's
songs.
true.
They're an instrumental band, and that bothered me the whole time. I was like,
Oh,
it's not even one of their songs. You can't just do that.
it's
You have
not
to-
even your song.
Yeah, like in Nana, all of the songs
They're
come from
frauds.
the bands in the show, but this one, it's not actually from the show, and that just took it down a peg for me. But it is.
Yeah, definitely.
Jokes aside, it is a really strong
It
opening.
does feel a little like they were a little unconfident that they could do an instrumental OP, even though the show is them being confident in their instrumentals.
I'm kind of half joking about that because like one of the whole things of the show is that they're an instrumental band who are like fighting against vocal supremacy. Funnily, because like they're like, yo, like it's so much harder to be an instrumental band. Like people aren't as into that. Like, and they consider at several points like, oh, we just need to add a vocalist and like give the people what they want or whatever. And they're like, no, we're gonna prove that we can get by with just instrumentals. But it's like when it came to making that OP, they weren't confident. They were like, oh no, they had to have vocals. Yeah, so that's a little questionable. But you know what? It's a good song. It's a good song. Maybe the people are right. Maybe they should get a vocalist. Like you can make the OP to rock as a lady's modesty if you get a vocalist.
Yeah.
So anyway, moving on. What is number 3 on your list? We'll see if it's the same as mine. I'll let you know immediately.
All right, number 3 is Koeru from Uma Musume.
It's that one's on my list, but is not my number 3.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this is the opening for Uma Musume Cinderella Grey. Mm-hmm. It's a great song, and I love the visuals too.
Yeah.
So this one, it's like a nice, cool, like kind of a rock type song where they're like da 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 da, and all that stuff, and it's got some nice visuals that accompany it, and both, you see the show. You see the characters, they run... I feel like I'm saying the same thing, but, it does it really well. You see Ogre Cap, and there's a lot of really great, like, visual, like, background shots that show, like, the scope of, like, the racetrack, all the characters, and it does one of my favorite things. It changes!
Yes!
It changes midway through! So for one of the arcs, at the first
opening,
half of it's based around the first area, the first school that Oguri is in, and has her rival Fujimasa March. And then midway through, when it gets to the next arc, it changes, and all the visuals have new, the new cast that she's going to be battling with, her new rival, Tamamo Cross. And it's really great. I love I love the song too. I've listened to that a ton, and it just sounds nice. It's got a nice moody tone to it. Perfectly fits the sports anime, and I love the when it pops off. It feels like a build up, and then it gets to the big chorus, and it pops off right as the racing happens in the animation. It's really nice. I dig that one a lot. Yeah.
Going into mine now.
You.
Okay. I'm gonna do my number 3 and my number 2 right now, because my number 3 is the opening to Apocalypse Hotel. And
really? All right.
Yeah, I'm blanking on the name of it right now. Do you know what the name of the Apocalypse Hotel is?
It's called Skirt.
Skirt. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
My number 3 is the Apocalypse Hotel OP, and it's really good. I really like the it's basically just like all the robots in the hotel. They're like dancing and everything to the song, and it's really cute. It's really fun. I dig it a whole lot. And the only thing about it for me is that I never listen to it outside of the context of the OP itself. I don't listen to that song at all. So like
that's true. Yeah, me neither.
I pretty much just like I like the OP a lot. I think the song fits it, and I think the visuals are great. So it's a great OP just all around. But the song itself, independently of the OP, I don't care for it too much. And also the OP never changes, and I think it should have at certain points. To be honest,
that would have been nice.
I think it would have been, because there's things that remain outdated for a really long time in that OP. Like one of the characters grows up, for example, but she's young in the OP forever, and that was something, especially because this season I kind of rank it a lot when an OP or an ending will like change over time, and there were a lot of those this season actually that did have
I love when that happens.
The ones that will like change episode to episode or like evolve into a different state depending on what arc we're in, and Apocalypse Hotels never did that, so I do take it down a peg for that. But overall it's just a really fun OP, and I every time it came on I was like, I was sitting there like wanting to dance like Yachio was. One thing I really liked about it is that this is something you pointed out actually when we were watching, is that like Yachio is doing a dance for 2, but she's the only one doing the dance, which I feel like
so good.
That's something that like really like gets at kind of the themes of the show, like because she's there waiting for humanity to return the whole time. So it's like she's sitting there doing this dance for 2, but she's only doing it by herself as she's sitting there waiting for them to come back. And that, I really, really like that. Thought it was very strong. And now on to my number 2, which was the one you just talked about. It was Uma Musume, Koeru from...
We totally do have the same top 3, by the way.
Yeah, I knew we did. I knew it. Slightly different order, but yeah. Uma Musume's was really strong. I rank it over Apocalypse Hotels personally because... it does change partway through, which I really like. You know, I really like that. I really like that it has a completely different version in the second half of it, and I also just really love that song. This is like one of the 2 OPs that I listen to all the time. The other one's obviously my number one, and you're a number one as well.
Our number one.
Yeah, our number one. But yeah,
it's so good that we both immediately knew that this was going to be our number one. Yeah,
we knew.
We don't even have to say it. We haven't shown each other these lists.
No, we haven't conferred on this.
But we
know.
Yeah.
We know. We have the link, but I love the song in Uma Musume Cinderella Grey, the OP. It's great, and I love that like the OP really like moves with the music and like the current pace the music is going.
It hypes you up so well. Yeah,
it's really hype. You already talked about it, so I'm not going to talk about it too much more. But yeah, that's my number 2. And what is our number 1?
It's Blade from Yaiba.
Yeah,
the opening to Yaiba. It is just.
It's incredible.
I think it's like I haven't seen every opening this season, but I would go so far as to say Yaiba has the best opening this season.
Yeah, it is stellar.
Yeah. So this is the opening. So Yaiba, we went over briefly. Yaiba is a adventure samurai action show about Yaiba, and this opening is just amazing. It gets all of that. It gets everything. And does it so well, and it has a banger song.
Yeah,
the song is an absolute banger. It's pure shonen bliss.
Yeah,
and it's hype distilled into music form, and the animation it's so good.
I've never seen this much animation in OP, to be honest.
Yeah,
like it goes
the opening,
nuts.
Yeah, it goes by so it's almost too fast because sometimes you don't follow, but it's just enough that you can. If you I feel like you could go through this frame by frame. If it was slowed down, I feel like you could like really appreciate all of it. But it just does really great stuff. Fits everything of the show in really quickly at a high speed pace that keeps you excited. Like it goes by all the characters, it goes by all the villains, and it focuses, on. It brings you back to what the whole story is about, which is Yaiba's rivalry with Onimaru.
Yep.
That big fight. They have the orbs clashing, the thunder and lightning. It feels super exciting and energetic. And as we just found out after this episode of Yaiba, it changes. They pulled a change for the new arc. In episode 13, we just watched it, and they pulled a new. They've done it. It does a different verse now, and it's got a whole new it's new animation in spots and it's all adjusted for the new arc. You see new villains and stuff. It's great.
Yep.
Yaiba is pure classic adventure shonen for good and ill, but it is
we'll get into it. Yeah,
purely that.
But
so that's our number 1 pick.
Yep,
definitely.
Absolutely.
I will also throw in, I put Skirt above Koeru just barely because I honestly, they're both really close for me. I could understand putting them. I just think Skirt so perfectly captures the themes of the show and everything about it. It almost doesn't even bother me that it doesn't change because there is kind of a timelessness to the story. Like that time almost doesn't exist for these characters. And there's and also I think from a more practical standpoint, they wanted to keep the changes that happen in the back half of the show. Like they didn't want to put them too much in the forefront, I guess. But yeah, but I see both sides of that.
Yeah.
And
I think that makes sense.
I think it builds up excellently. It's all basically one shot of Yachio, not one shot, but like one scene of Yachio dancing. It's beautiful animation. I love dancing animation. It's my favorite. It's so good. It impresses me a little more than the actiony shonen-y animation of Yaiba, because with Yaiba you can get really cartoony because he's not doing those things. In Apocalypse Hotel, those are real dance moves. That's a real person looking robot character. So if you mess that up, it's gonna look obviously wrong. But it's all perfect, and it shows. It's wonderful. The song is not something I would super listen to, but it's delightful. It's pleasant, and it does match the animation perfectly. How it starts out very slow, melancholy, and then it gets to the end. Everyone joins in. It's a party. It's great. It's joyful. Yeah. I love the ending bit where she's dancing on her own. She switches to like a little Charleston dance. And the music takes off, and we end it. It's beautiful. I love that one so much.
Yeah, I definitely understand.
So those are our
It's really, really strong. And I love hearing you talk about
really,
it. You get so giddy and into it.
Yeah, so the openings this seasons were really strong. I actually do really like Mary. Honestly, I forgot about Mono's opening while I was making it. I kind of just like thought about it and was like, honestly, I kind of
You gonna bump it up?
I think I might put.
We're gonna give us have the entire same top fives.
No, it's fine.
You sure? Okay.
I was gonna swap it out for Ready to Rock because as much as I like that one, I think I like the totality of Many Merry Memories more. It's got nice animation, and also Mono also has a lot of that good realistic animation that is hard to appreciate because it's not as flashy as Yaiba's Sakuga.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did really like this. Did you have like any like honorable mentions?
My main honorable mention would be the OP to Once Upon a Witch's Death. I do like that one quite a bit. That was like just outside the top 5 for me. It's not like it doesn't.
It's a nice song.
It's a very budget show, so like it doesn't stand out animation wise, but
definitely.
It's like a nice show that I feel like just kind of gets across the very like whimsical vibes of like what Meg goes through in the show and all the characters she meets along the way. And I like the song, so yeah, that would be my honorable mention for my favorite OP.
My honorable mention is going to Procession Orchestra. The opening is nothing special, but it's a very fun and enjoyable little rock type synth. I don't know what you call it, but it's an upbeat, energetic song, and it sounds cool. It sounds like a little dramatic and neat, and it's got a nice riff that you can hear throughout the show. They're like da 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 da, and I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. It's very Symphogear. You can hear the Symphogear in that song and on the singing, so I like that one a lot too.
Yeah, I like that one too. We are glorious princess. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
All right.
So
now we're gonna move on to our favorite endings.
Yeah, next and editor, cut that out. Best endings, yeah.
Best endings.
So we'll go over top 5 endings. All right. So do you want to start this one?
I can start this one, sure.
Yeah.
We're doing top 5. My number 5 top ending from this season is Try Trio Dreams from You and Idol Precure. Yeah. Oh, you too.
We have the same one, same Z's. Yeah. Oh my god, we're so in sync.
We're so gay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's mine. This is the catchiest song of the whole season. It's
super.
It lives in my head. I am always like, you can look at me at any given hour, at any given day, and I am thinking about this song. I'm just going
just
like
Precure dancing. In your head.
Try Trio Dreams. It's just going off in my head at all times. It's so catchy. It's got like, it's just a really fun song. Like if you've like watched Precure before, you know that there's like a certain way that they do these very, very catchy endings. They just get stuck in your head. Especially,
it's a classic. Yeah.
It's very much in line with what I've seen from other Precure endings, and yeah, it's just very fun. It's just a dancing video. All of the Precures are just out there performing in front of a crowd, and it's a super, super catchy song. I'm repeating myself, but that's kind of most of what I have to say about it. It just gets stuck in my head. It's a fun dance. The only problem I have with it is that at one point in the show, this song becomes their attack power in the show.
Yeah,
where it's like,
yeah.
Because it's the ending for the whole show so far, all that's out right now, the first 20 episodes or so. But at a certain point, they get a trio attack, and they play part of this song as their attack, and it feels like a little weird to me that the ending becomes that, and then like you'll see part of it beforehand, then it'll go into the ending, and you'll see the whole thing, and that's weird to me. But that's not really harping on the ending itself so much, because it's a really fun ending. I like it a lot, and I am just it's always stuck in my head, like I said, so it's my number 5.
Yeah, it was same with me. I have basically the same thoughts about it. I liked it, and yeah, it's a great little banger, very in line with all the Precure endings being really catchy and fun. I'll have to show you some more because I love the Precure endings. They're all really great.
Yeah. The only other Precure series that I've seen all of is Kira Kira Purikura Alamoto, which I really liked. That one also had great
I Love Pretty Girls.
Shooby Doo Wop. Yeah, exactly. That one is the best one that I've seen so far. This one isn't as good as that one. Not at all, but it's still really good.
Boom Boom I Love Pretty Girls is pretty hard to beat, but yes.
And would you like to give your number 4, since I had the same number 5 as you?
All right, my number 4 is Mugen from Uma Musume.
Me too!
This is the ending.
Yeah, me too! Same Z's. Oh my god.
Same Z's. Oh my god.
There's no
Yeah,
way
it's
we have the
just a
same list
really-
this time. There's no way it's
Oh
the
my
same
God.
exact list. But I can't believe these first two are the exact same.
Maybe we do.
I don't.
I
oh.
think we might have
no,
the same.
we have the same number
we
one
might have
too.
the same
oh
one.
no.
Okay.
I don't know.
Mugen is a nice. It's a nice, solemn kind of like cool down type song after the hype of whatever Uma Musume episode you saw. Usually the intensity of the race, and then it cools down with a very more mellow song showing Oguri as a child. It's all about her going through and running. It shows you a nice perspective shot of her running, and it goes past all the other characters. It's simple, but it's very nice. Mugen's just a nice little song. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. But yeah, I like it.
Okay. Well.
Mm-hmm.
Am I
What's your
gonna
number 3?
Am I gonna give my number 3 now? Okay.
All right, let's see you give the same number 3 as me.
I'm scared if we have the same number 3.
What's number 3?
My number 3 is Yume Jinai Nara Nano Nosa from Rock is a Lady's Modesty.
So close. That is also on my list, but it's not number 3.
Oh, okay. That's my number 3. That's my number.
We just have alternate slightly altered versions of each other's lists. This is a nightmare for anyone watching.
God.
They're like, oh man, I can't wait to see what these two gay asses say about the anime season.
I swear.
Oh, they have the same thoughts.
No, I
these
swear.
homos.
I swear
No,
we have
individuals,
different feelings.
We swear.
We have different
Yeah.
feelings on other things, I swear, but not on the
Yeah.
openings and endings apparently. Yeah.
All right. So what's your take on that? Yeah.
That's the Rock is a Lady's Modesty ending. And yeah, I really like this even more than the OP. I feel like it's just it's especially I like the way it contextualizes the final 2 episodes of the series as well, because they're in the outfits they have at the end, and they go into it in an interesting way when they finally wear those outfits and you like see them rocking out at the end. And I really like that. But aside from that, it's just got like mostly it's a lot of cool like action shots of them performing on stage, and it's just a very nice song. It's one that I also like still like listen to quite a bit, and I appreciate like any ending where it's like something about it, like even if I don't think this one ever changes over the course of the show at all, but like you like you see it like come together where it's like for a long period in the show you don't see the band isn't even together, so it's like things they come together where it's like okay, more members start joining and they get their outfits they have at the ending, so like you kind of see it like come together, like how this ending like fits in with the band's image as it eventually exists. And I really dig it. It's a great song. And it's just got very nice vibes to it. That's all I got to say about it, really.
That's about what I have to say about it, too. My number 3 is your number 2, Pineapple Tart from Yaiba.
Pineapple Tart from Yaiba? That's not my number 2.
Oh!
It's not. I tricked you. We diverged.
Okay. But I bet it's
our number 1 is the same.
One.
Yeah.
I feel like our number
one's definitely the same. But
Yaiba's ending is nice. It's very cute. It's very beautifully illustrated. It's got these beautiful illustrations of Yaiba and the gang just hanging out, living their lives. It's weirdly the Yaiba anime updates itself to be set in 2025, which is interesting. So sometimes characters will have smartphones and talk about social media and stuff like that, and it feels a little weird because it was written it came out in like the 90s, like it's an old school, like it's around that time where the original Dragon Ball was the thing. It came out before, like I want to say, because Detective Conan started in the 90s, and Gosho Ayama did this before Detective Conan. So but yeah I like it. It's just very cute. It's very nice. The song is pleasant. It's got a nice little riff. It's nice. And yeah, it's a nice, beautiful, and the illustrations are gorgeous. The colors are gorgeous. And you get to see all the characters hang out, even if most of them don't really do much in the show besides Yaiba. But I really liked it, and yeah, I enjoy it playing, listening to it every time we end an episode.
Yeah.
Is it on your list at all?
No, it's not actually in my top 5.
Oh,
it isn't. And the thing for me, like,
we diverged.
Yeah, I like that ending in isolation is the thing. Like, I think it's very pretty, and I like the song a lot. I don't feel like it fits the show at all. I feel like it's so ill-fitting for the show. That's the reason why it wasn't ranked for me, because like in isolation, like I said, I like it, but it's so like strangely tonally at odds with the show, and that's kind of a weird thing about the fact that it updates the show to be in 2025, and this is like, it's mostly evident in the ending because it's a whole bunch of smartphone photos and everything, right? And it's a whole bunch of characters you don't actually see, and it's got like this very chill vibes, and nothing about that is in accordance with the show itself. So like, for me, it's just like, I like it a lot as an ending. I don't like it in the context of the show. That's my take on it.
So that's a good take. Yeah, I agree with that. I think the new ending that they just came out with fits a lot better, and I do like that one a lot. I would say I like it even more than Pineapple Tart, but it's a fun. Just for context, the new one from Yaiba right now, as of episode 13, it's a fun little. I
like the new one.
It's got the little minion dudes who are like
the Oni,
all shadowed Oni characters, and they're all dancing and going through antics, and you kind of see Yaiba from their perspective, where they're just the mooks who do everything, and it's a really cute idea, and I love it. And it's comedic, it's nice, it hits the tone. So that's a quick review for that one there. And all right, what's your number 2 then?
All right, my number 2, I guarantee you our number 1 is the same. Our number 2 is different, and this one, you're going to understand it when I say it. It is cheating a little bit, but you're going to understand it. My number 2 favorite ending from this season is Sorezore no Door from Mayabashi Witches.
I understand it. Yeah.
You get it. Yeah, you get it. This one is on here. It's a bit of a cheat because they do something with this ending in the show itself. There's we're fully spoiling the shows. We said that up front, so if if you're still here, that's your fault. But Mayabashi, which is it toward the end of it, there's a point where all of the girls who are training to become witches, they all lose their memories. And then you go into the ending right after they lost their memories, and they're like, they spend this whole episode basically desperately trying to find a way to save it because they know it's going to happen. They know they're going to lose all their memories of each other at the end of it, and it's like really emotional. The girls are like trying to like find each other because they really don't want to forget about each other. They all run into each other at the end, and they don't recognize each other anymore, and they just walk away from one another, and it's very sad. And then it cuts to the ending where the girls are fucking not where they used to be in the endings. They're gone. They have disappeared completely. Because the ending originally, it just had them all like standing around, like doing like various like character shots and poses and stuff. But in this ending, they are gone. They are vanished, and I was freaking out when that first happened. When we saw that,
it was really cool.
It was.
I love when they do that shit. It's so good.
Like it said,
it's like when the bad guy takes over an opening or something and changes it to all. He's in the main spot instead of the. Heroes.
You mean like in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Well, even other shows have done it too. But yeah.
JoJo's the main one I think of there. But that was like I said, I really value when endings like change in accordance with like stuff that happens in the story, or like openings and endings both like do that change. And this was like a really, really cool one that tied into like that specific moment in the story in like a very engaging way. And so I appreciate that a lot. And I like the song itself, and I like the ending. It doesn't like stand out a ton. The music in Mayabashi in general doesn't really stick in the mind too much, to be honest.
It's pretty generic idol pop stuff.
Yeah. But like that story moment for me really elevated it. Because I'm gonna, when I think back to the endings from this season, I'm still gonna be thinking about that one, and like that moment and like how like effective it was. So that's why it's my number 2. But now we must move on to our number 1, and I think you should give our number 1 because I know it's our number 1.
Yeah, real quick, my number 2 was the Yume Janai Nanosa. Just to throw that in there. Don't have anything new, but it was my number 2.
Yeah.
And our number 1 is Weekend Roll from Mono.
It sure is. Yep.
It's just delightful.
Absolutely.
It is a delightful little ending. It's like you had a nice day outside and you're coming home and you're ready to relax and go to bed. It's got a nice, just pleasant aura about it. It ends with a little, all the characters relaxing and stuff and being just relaxing, winding down. It makes you feel, it's so comforting and nice.
Yeah.
I haven't felt this comforted by an ending since the ending to Nichijou, which is a really, I gotta show you that one time. It's just a nice, almost a lullaby of a song.
Yeah.
And this one's very much like that. You get to see, and there's a really great thing where as the characters are going to sleep, you see like little cut-ins of them like in bed, and then next to them is screenshots of what they did during the show. And it's really nice. You get to see like, and it's like a, looking over your memories in your phone and seeing like, oh yeah, we did that today and that today. And it's just so nice, and it's pleasant. And the song is really nice and pleasant. It's got the nice sha la 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 la.
Yeah, yeah,
riff
it repeats
from
that from the
opening
OP.
too. Yeah, it's really great. I love it. It's my favorite.
Me too.
And yeah, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, it's my favorite as well. Like I said, OPs are endings that change in accordance with the show, or how like something I highly value. And this one changes literally every episode because it's like you see the girls going to sleep and you see their memories from the episode, and it's just like that's something that's like it. Not only is it like a change, but it's also one that ties in with the show very well because it's like they're making all these memories that'll live with them forever,
memories,
and like with their friends and stuff over the summer, and yeah, that just hits really nice, and it's a great song, and I love the repeated like a little motif from the OP like you were talking about. Yeah, it's just it's lovely. It's very very pleasant. It's my favorite ending from this season as well.
Yeah.
And so now
right.
we're going to be moving on to what are we moving on to now?
Our favorite characters.
Our favorite characters. Okay, this is going to be an interesting one. Yeah. So
this is my top. Oh.
Huh?
Sorry, it just hit me. We're doing top 5, right?
Yeah, top 5.
I have 4. It seems I skipped from 5 to 3. So, all right, while I fix that, you can start with your number 5.
Okay.
No number.
Yeah. So what we did here is we're ranking our favorite characters from the shows from this season, and what I did was I just like to said, okay, what is my favorite character from each show, and I picked out one, and then I ranked them like 1 to 5 based on like how much I liked them. So, yeah, while she works on that, my number 5 favorite character from this season is actually Tamamo Cross from Uma Musume Cinderella Grey. Are you working on that right now?
I'm just throwing it up, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
But yeah, Tamamo is my number 5. I really liked her. She was my favorite character from Uma Musume. She's like Oguri Cap, the protagonist's main rival towards the end. And I found it I really appreciated the way that they pulled off making you kind of root for her at the end after you've been with like Oguri the whole time. They give you like a little peek into her backstory, and like she comes across as like very likable. I also like that she has a southern accent.
She's cool. She's really cool. She's got a great outfit. And she runs real good. She feels like a threat that could definitely take out Oguri, but both of them feel like either could win in the narrative. Yeah. They both feel like they're gonna they have like if they're gonna it's down really between them.
Yeah.
And you're not sure because Oguri has been such a beast and won every single race she's in.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the thing for me because toward the end, I was saying, like, I really think that Oguri needs to lose a race because you've just seen her win time and time again. And so, like, they do make you, like, kind of root for Tamamo in that way because it's like, okay, Oguri needs to, like, not just run through everybody and somebody's got to break through here. And Oguri is almost like a horror movie monster in this race where, like, Tamamo's the one, like, boldly breaking from her usual strategy in this because what she is, she's normally an end closer is what they call it, where she stays toward behind the pack because she has trauma about, like, getting run over and stuff because she's very small. She's a short gal.
She's tiny. She's short.
But in this race, instead, she decides to like stay near the front. She changes her strategy to basically like take everyone else off guard. And so Oguri is right behind her the whole time, and she has like these beast eyes. They call her the Beast, and it's like, okay, when is Oguri going to rush in? And Tamamo's like has a lot of anxiety about getting run over again by like this towering beast. But then at the end, Tamamo manages to break through and like turn essentially Super Saiyan Horse Girl.
She goes Super Saiyan, and it's great.
Yeah, and she breaks through, and she's the first one to defeat Oguri, and it's a great moment. And I really appreciate how they basically have you. She's not a bad guy, but she's Oguri's rival, and they have you rooting. They have you rooting against the main character.
There's no real bad guys in Uma Musume, but it feels really good to root for to see the rival. Win,
it's like
a big shocking like. It's tense because you don't know. You really see like Tamamo is like the rival that has the biggest shot to beat Oguri, and then when she does it, it makes you feel like, okay, now the next one is gonna be intense. Yeah.
To do a pro wrestling analogy, Oguri Cap is like the ace. She's like the Kazuchika Okada of horse girl racing, and it's like you see Tamamo like defeating her. It's like that moment when you finally see someone like Kenny Omega or Tetsuya Naito like getting one over her. I love pro wrestling. I'm sorry, I'm a big nerd. But
I love you.
I love you too. Anyway, have I talked for long enough that you've completed your lists now? Do you have?
I have, yes.
Okay, so yeah, number 5, Tamamo Cross. I love her. Yeah, and you're on to your number 5 now. Who is your number 5 favorite character from this season?
My number 5 is Meg Raspberry from Witch's Death.
Yeah.
She is a great lead. I think she honestly carries the show. Her, she's nothing like, as a character, I don't think she's particularly unique as the, Genki, upbeat, kind of silly protagonist. But she carries the show, and she's kind of the heart of it. And I like seeing her, go from being a silly witch's apprentice to actually a competent witch. And she's got a compelling, story and stuff. And she's likable and good-hearted enough that she feels like, you want to see her succeed and everything. And she's also very gay.
Yes.
She's constantly hitting on her friend Fine every time she sees, and they play it like a joke, but also I don't think she's joking.
No, I think if Fine said yes, she would go for it. Like she plays a joke the same way you played it as a joke the first time you asked me out. That's what Meg's doing. I feel like I'm sorry, giving lore right there. She asked me out as a joke once, and that's why we're together now. I'm just didn't mean to call you out like that, but
damn, she just like me for real.
Yeah.
One day it'll work for you, Meg. I know it. And yeah, she's a fun character. My main thing, like, holding you back on her is just she just doesn't get enough time, or just enough, like, it's sometimes hard to tell what. That show in general doesn't get enough sauce going, I think, and doesn't have the budget to really, pull off stuff. It's a little hard to tell what, characters can and can't do with magic and stuff like that. And sometimes I think they make her a little too jokey. But other than that, I really like Meg as the protagonist. And yeah, Witch's Death is a nice little pleasant one. Yeah. And Meg carries it. She's the soul of that show. Yeah.
Yeah. Meg was an honorable mention for me, for the record. She was like just outside my top 5. I really like Meg as well. Particularly the thing that I like about her is that, like, she a lot of her, like, joking attitude is that she plays off as if she's, like, a very sinister person who's, like, doing, like, kind of underhanded things, but she always finds herself, like, doing, like, the right thing, It's like she just kind of naturally gravitates toward being, like, helping people and doing stuff like that, even though she has this pretense of, like, I'm gonna be, like, a little gremlin or whatever, but that's not actually her, and I like that dynamic. It's very cute, and I like her relationship with Sophie a lot. In the show, like that was we'll get into more of that later a little bit, but Meg is good. But next I'm going to get into my number 4. I assume you're ready to move on. Okay. My number 4 favorite character from the season is Merodon from You and Idol Precure.
That's a good one.
Merodon / Cure Kiss. She's on there. She's a little shit, and I love her. I love her.
She's like if Hello Kitty was Toxic Yuri.
Yeah. Merodon is great. Because the thing is, like, I really like You and Idol Precure now. I was not feeling it early on, though. I really was.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Early on.
We checked it out just to check it out because I showed my girlfriend, like, she's not right here. I showed Iris the first season, not first season, Kira Kira Precure a la Modo. Yeah. And just to show her, because I'm a big Precure fan.
Yeah.
And I showed Iris Kira Kira
I really loved
into the series. Yeah. And we really loved it, And so You and Idol is the currently most recent airing Precure, so we decided to give it a check because, it's coming out and we like Precure. And at first we were really not feeling it. It felt very, it was a very slow start, very, standard stuff. Nothing like outright bad, but it was just not really catching us until Merodon comes in.
Yeah, until Merodon comes in. She flips the whole show on its head. And it's like, from that moment on, I've been so into it ever since Merodon made her debut. She's like, she shows up and she's very, like, overly possessive of Purirun, who is, like, the mascot character of this Precure set. Merodon's also, like, another, like, mascot-y character, except she's, like, goth.
Yeah.
And
I
really like her design. Yeah.
Bunny things. Yeah. She's kind of like a pastel goth bunny.
Yeah.
She's got little twin tails that are like little swirls of black and pink, and it's a great color scheme.
Yeah, it's a great design, great color scheme. And she shows up, and she just, like, immediately just, like, she is obsessed with, like, getting control of Purirun, essentially, and, like, she doesn't like that, like, Purirun's associating with the other Precures and giving, like, them her attention. She's like, no, only pay attention to me. I love you so much. You should only pay attention to me. She's so jealous of the main character, Uta, and she's just such, like, the thing is, like, she is, like, not good she's like a bad person, you know? It's like
Yeah.
she's just like so toxic. She's so possessive.
So like she's a sad, like lonely little bunny thing.
Yeah.
And then Puridun was nice to her once and she fell in love.
Yeah.
And now she's like, but she doesn't really have other friends is the thing.
No.
And she's very like possessive and she kind of doesn't want to be friends with the other Precure, especially not Uta, who is closest with Puridun.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I love seeing what she gets up to. And she does like it's not like she's just bad. She is like having a bit of an arc where it's like, you know, she's starting to like, you know, warm up to the idea of maybe not being a total shit to all the other characters all the time. Yeah, it's very fun to see. And as the series goes, you see her like, you know, make some hard decisions and, still like constantly being overly possessive of Puridun and everything, but it's really just like the fact that like such a major status quo shift happens with her when she enters the show, where it really like turned into something that I wasn't like vibing with very much, to something that was like, oh, this is way interesting now, because it is the most, we're gonna rank the shows based on how gay they are later, but Melonon, like, she is in love with Puridun. It's like very, very explicit.
It's very like it's like I would be hard pressed to not call it textual.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it's right there in the show. Like, I don't know how I have eyes.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I really don't think you can call it subtext. Like, to me, like, it's very, she is gay for Puridun. It's there. It's the whole thing. And then obviously, definitely. Like, one of the best moments in the whole show is when, like, because we were like rooting for this the whole time, where it's like, you know, Melonon comes in and it's like, man, like, if you've watched a Precure before, you know that like it's a formula thing. Like more cures will be introduced later. It's like the major status quo shift that happens when another Precure comes in. And we were like, oh, well, I really hope that like both Puridun and Melonon become like cures and stuff, because I did debate with myself as to whether I'd put Puridun or Melonon in the spot. They're so connected that honestly this is kind of a connected slot for them, because Puridun also has a really compelling arc, and you know, they're like joined at the hip basically. But then they become Cure Zukyun and Cure Kiss later on in the series, and they have wonderful designs. I love them.
The designs are so good. They look super cool. They have an awesome powerful attack, and they just, it's just so rad to see them turn into main cures.
It's great.
That are probably a little more powerful, and they get to do cool stuff. They get to fight. It's great. And now
the only downside of Melonon showing up to the show is that they gave up on the other cures.
They unfortunately, the main, like, besides Uta, who has her, besides this toxic Yuri triangle, Kokoro and Nana got nothing.
And
that's
cures.
not as bad for Kokoro because she was the best character. And she still has plenty of personality. But Nana,
she never got
Nana
anything.
has nothing. She's just a cardboard cutout they carry around with them. Poor Nana. She had one episode.
Yeah, she really just gets absolutely nothing. And that's like really the main reason the show wasn't working for me at first, because like, man, they haven't really like figured out what to do with Nana here. She's just like not a character at all, and she's one of the three main characters. And you know, maybe they'll figure something out with her later, but now it's like Puridun and Melonon came in and they became Cure Zukyun and Cure Kiss, and like both Kokoro and Nana just stopped getting screen time. They just like got replaced just straight up.
They just went like boop.
And the show's been way better for it, but at the same time, it's like those characters feel like almost like lost causes at this point. Or Nana.
I hope they get back to Kokoro.
Yeah.
Nana, I like Kokoro. Nana,
like Kokoro
unfortunately,
too,
is very nothing. But Kokoro was previously my favorite character.
Yeah.
Because she had the most going on.
But
I liked her a lot.
Like I said, I've only watched Kira Kira Purikua Alamoto the whole way through, so I don't know. But I feel like this is a pretty unique thing for what they've done with Puridun and Melonon as far as like Precure series goes. I don't know if they've like done something like it before, you would say.
A little bit. I've seen it a couple times. It's not. It's the mascots have occasionally become precures. It's not uncommon, and it's not uncommon also for like a double mid-season either. It's. I don't think there's been a double mid-season that was also mascots. Is the main thing.
Right. Okay.
As far as I know, I'll ask my precure friends. But yeah.
Either way, Melonon and Puridun, they're both great. They're the highlights of the show, and I just love that Melonon is such a little shit all the time to everyone except Puridun, so that's why she's my number 4. Moving on now to your number 4.
My number 4 is Norn Ace from Uma Musume.
Ooh,
and
Norn.
This one is not a surprise if you know me.
Yeah.
Because all my friends know, I love when the mean girl falls for the dumb autistic girl. It's so good. Norn so in the first arc of Uma Musume, Oguri shows up to horse girl school in her little hometown. It's not very big and anything. It's just kind of small time. And Norn Ace is the leader of this girl gang who are like the bully girls, and they're like, "Yeah, you're a little loser girl. Whatever. Nobody likes you. You're nothing here. We're cool and stuff." And they just kind of mess with her a bit. And Oguri is too autistic to realize it. And then after a race, so basically Norn gets to race Oguri, and she's like, "I'm gonna win this easy," and then Oguri just fucking boom destroy, and then she's like, "Oh," and from then on, Norn is an Oguri fan. She is an Oguri fangirl. It's great. She is so down bad, and it's just really nice. They show that after Oguri's next race, they show that Norn gave her dancing lessons, and she's just like really into her. She buys an Oguri plushie. It's so cute. I love them. And Oguri does have gay compatibility with like every girl in that show. But I really like when the mean girl gets into the autistic girl who's the cool, underdog type. And it's just nice to see her cheering from Oguri. She doesn't really have any relevance much to the latter half besides being
a fangirl,
being a fangirl, a little bit of a bitch. I love that she flips off the camera. She's still a bitch, but she's Oguri fan now. But I like her a lot, and I hope she comes back a little more in season 2, because this is definitely getting a continuation.
Yeah.
I'm certain it will, because Uma Musume is huge right now.
Yeah.
They just released the game over here, and it's
no
doing
question.
pretty good.
It's definitely getting a season 2.
Yeah.
Of all the shows that we watched this season, this is the most likely one to get a season 2, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. And I like how her personality foils Oguri's the most, I think. Like, she kind of is on the same wavelength as her rivals and such, but that one's the most toxic, so I'm into it.
Of course, you and your
Quote-unquote
toxic Yuri.
toxic.
Yeah,
No,
I should have known.
Toxic
Yeah.
Yuri. It's not even toxic. It's just like mildly venomous Yuri.
Mildly venomous Yuri.
Honestly, that's my thing. I love mildly venomous Yuri. Toxic Yuri is good, but I live for mildly venomous Yuri. What's your number 3?
Okay, our lists have been entirely different so far. At least I think they have. I don't think mine are on yours. But
no, yeah.
My number 3, I think, is on your list, probably.
Okay.
My number 3 is Yachio from Apocalypse Hotel.
Oh, yeah.
You're
correct.
Yep. Yachio is the main character of Apocalypse Hotel. She's the robot girl who's been left behind to look over this hotel as humanity has gone away, and she's been waiting for centuries and centuries for humanity to come back. But it looks like they probably never will. And eventually, alien guests start visiting the hotel, and she tends to them and everything. But the bigger thing to know about Yachio is that she has depression. She like... It's really interesting what they do with her, because I'm always, in general, just a sucker for a robot girl, like, growing human emotions, like, esque plot. Like, that's always something that gets at me. But Yachio is done in a very interesting way where she never really, like, stops feeling completely like a robot, It's like... It's always, like, kind of a part of her character. In fact, there's, like, a weird thing where she gets, like, achievements and unlocks different functions of her body as she goes, which is a very fun thing. A lot of, like, the funniest moments in the show are just her getting new functions from doing the most random things ever. But really the main thing that works about Yachio is that she has, like, a very compelling arc about how... basically being left here to look over this hotel and, like, this being, like, her one purpose in life, eventually, like... that burgeons to a place where she has to seek a different purpose, because humans do come back at the end. Surprise! We can talk about that, full spoilers and all.
Yeah.
And that's really where things like hit an apex for her, where it's like, oh, humanity came back, and like I don't feel like fulfilled or happy or anything. She really like goes through like an existential crisis about that. How like this is like basically what she lived for, and yet she got it, and now it's not important to her anymore. And it's all about like her like realizing that, you know, like she had already changed before humans ever came back, and like she had like found a new purpose in life by just like accepting anyone who came to this hotel and like looking after like whatever guests without like valuing them based on like what kind of like species they were or whatever. And yeah, she goes through like so many different things in the show. She turns into a tank at one point and becomes evil.
Yeah, that was great.
And
I love it.
yeah, it's that's really great. And they're just really, there's too many moments to count with Yachio. In my opinion, she is I'll say for me personally, the best protagonist of any of the shows that we watched this season.
Yeah. She embodies the show.
Yeah.
She's kind of the heart of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would absolutely say so. She's really, really strong just throughout. Very compelling. And really immediately too is the thing. Like I never had to grow to like her. You understand her from word jump, and she just becomes more complex as the series goes, basically.
Yeah.
And yeah. She's really just everything about why Apocalypse Hotel works as well as it does. She's the perfect protagonist for it. You probably have more to say about her than I do, even, I would imagine. So, yeah, we can move back on to your list, and you can talk more about Yachio whenever you get to where she is on yours.
All right. For my number 3, it is Lilisa Suzunomiya from Rocket's Lady's Modesty. Okay. I also feel like she also is a very strong protagonist that embodies her series well. Lilisa is a regular girl from, just a regular household, but her father, and she grew up listening to rock. Her dad was like a guitarist, and she taught her to play, and she grew up loving rock. She loves rock music. She wants to all over the place. And then her mother gets remarried to some rich dude, and now she can't do any of that. She has to pretend to be an ultra classy rich girl because her mom can live a happy life and fit into high society. And so she has to repress everything and go into this, new world and hide herself from, all these people until she meets up with Otoha, and they both realize they both love to rock, and now they can let it all out and go crazy, and it's great. And Lilisa is insane, which is cool. She's great. She's gay. She's insane. It's pretty great. And her like drive and her dedication and like her philosophy about rock and learning and watching everything going on and all that stuff, her attitude of fuck you, I'm gonna rock, is what drives the whole show, and it gives so much weight and energy to it, and makes it feel like a way more than just like a girls doing music show. It has some intensity, it has some attitude, it has some bite to it, and it feels really strong because of her, and she really drives all of it. She's even though like Otoha generally like runs stuff by saying like, we're gonna do this now and I'll have you do this and we'll make a deal to do this, Lilisa's passion is basically what takes the show takes their performances to the next level, to get this band together, and whether it's helping Tina or if it's trying to improve her own skills or just leading in the rock song, have going like, I'm gonna down, and their psychic bond lets them play better. But it's palpable how much this protagonist cares about things, and I think that's really strong. And it's just really nice to see her rock out, and I think it's really compelling that she clashes this hard with her setting and her world, basically. I think it's great to see that, a protagonist that is fish out of water, but then they're like, fuck you, I'm gonna swim anyways. It's gonna swim through the land, and it's really great. So I like her a lot. I think she's my favorite of that series. She does feel like the most like simultaneously grounded and unhinged, and yeah, I think she carries that show real hard. The other ones are all a little out there. Lilisa is very much more down to earth, but also extremely passionate, so she's engaging to watch. I think she's the reason I like Rocket's Lady's Modesty.
Lilisa was also an honorable mention for me. She's also my favorite character from that show. Only thing about her, that hair. I was never able to get over the hair.
Her hair is amazing. It's so crazy. It's wild. She just be walking around
with logs,
with two fucking swirls just stamped on her head like bullhorns.
Like
it's like what happens if you let a warthog grow out its tusks forever.
Yeah,
it's insane. I love it.
It's just like
wild.
it's just it sticks out so much because nobody else in the show has a hairstyle like that. Everybody else has very normal anime hair. Well, normal anime hair is a weird thing to say, but like they have normal girl hair that looks
like all standard styles.
Yeah, exactly.
Like all the styles. Are
but Lily has these twin tails that go on for miles. And
I like her design too. Honestly, I like all the designs in that show. I think that might be my favorite design wise. They're all styling. They're all having cool outfits, and I love Lisa's fucking evil grin. It's really good.
Yeah, but I do like Lisa a lot. She was my favorite character from that show. Like I said, I thought she was a strong protagonist. And I'll talk more about her later, actually, in a different list. So I guess we can move on to my number 2 now.
Yeah.
Okay. This one might be on. I'm not positive this one's on your list, but it might be on your list. My number 2 is Haruno from Mono.
That's my number 2 too.
That's your number 2 as well. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We finally matched. Yeah.
We matched.
Yeah. Haruno is. I'm actually. What's her last name? I forgot
Akiyama.
Haruno Akiyama, yeah. She is my favorite character in Mono, and she is the most blatant author self-insert I've ever seen.
The Rohan Kishebe of Yuru Camp. I mean Mono.
Of Mono, yeah. Haruno is basically literally in this show. I've never seen Yuru Camp for the record. Melody has, but I haven't. She hasn't shown me it yet. Yeah. Haruno is basically in the show writing Yuru Camp is the thing.
Yeah.
And it's very fun. Haruno is...
She's a manga author, yeah.
Yeah, she's a mangaka. And... the whole thing is just she's very hashtag relatable sort of character.
Yeah.
She's an introvert.
She is just like me for real. That's why I put her so high.
Yeah, she's a homebody. She's much more like you because you're also an artist. But she's got like vague I don't know. She's not really depressed so much. It's just she's introverted and she's a homebody and she's got a very mellow way about herself basically. But she's also just a lot of fun. I like her design a lot. I like her little horns.
Yeah. I love her little silly hair. Yeah. Big ol' eyebrows. All those characters are great.
Yeah. And I really like her relationship with her best friend Kako. I always she's Kako's a very outgoing sort of girl. And she's besties with the more introverted Haruno, which I like. I think it's cute.
And they're cute together.
Yeah. All around, she's just a very, very fun character. I like following her. I like seeing her come up. She has deadlines she has to meet in various episodes. So she's constantly going to places to try to find inspiration to write about her next chapter or whatever in her manga. And it's just a very fun. She sort of drives the show in a way, I feel because a lot of the little adventures they go on, it's because she wants to go somewhere to try to find whatever source of inspiration. And she also has a group of other mangaka friends that kind of delves into I guess sort of the nitty gritty of being a published mangaka, and it's just fun. I like her a lot. She's very just all around super likable character with a lot of a lot of stuff that I resonate with about her. So but what do you have to say about her?
She's the just like me for real character.
Yeah.
I relate to her so much, and I just enjoy seeing one thing I really like about Haruno that sets her apart from that sets this Mono apart as a whole from Yuru Camp, at least what I've seen of it, is that she's a grown-ass woman with a job, and she can drive poorly, just for real, and she does things, and it's nice to see non-high school related hijinks in anime. I'm so tired of high school in anime, and I really enjoy that they get to go out, do things. And Haruno just gets to chill and be in that era where you're 20-somethings and you don't really know what you're doing, but you're making it through. And that's the era I'm roughly in right now. And she makes me feel she's just like me for real. I really enjoy her. She's definitely the most relatable. She feels like the main character oftentimes.
She does,
more than the actual
even more than
girl.
Satsuki, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I really like her. And that's my number 2. I got nothing else to say.
All right. Then I guess that means we're on to my number 1 now.
Our number 1 pick, yeah.
All right. My favorite character this season. I don't know if you're going to guess this, but I don't think you'll be surprised when I say it.
Okay.
My favorite character from this season is Azuni Sato from Mayabashi Witches.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a lot to say about this character throughout these, but Azu's thing is she's one of the Mayabashi witches, and her, like, the thing about the all the witches is that they're all running from something, because like when they become witches, they're like able to use this stuff called mapo that they accumulate by doing dances and granting wishes to people. It's weird, but they use the mapo to like correct something about themselves or their life or get something they want. And in Azu's case, it's actually that in real life she is fat, and she goes in to become a witch so that she can like use Mapo to make herself skinny, essentially, and like live in this little bubble where she gets to be a skinny girl. And this is honestly like a storyline that could have gone very, very badly. And honestly, I would have
I was so stressed when it came up. I was like,
Yeah.
oh boy,
yeah, like,
how's this gonna go? Yeah,
I was expecting
this was
to
when
go badly.
that was when Mayabashi kind of turned from like, this seems pretty generic, and then we were like, well, now we got to see what happens next.
Yeah, this was like, because this is like the first arc where like it really like comes together into something that I was just like, I'm just gonna stick with this show now, because like they did something that I see really, really rarely, not just in anime but media in general, like genuinely like a very like positive, like nuanced portrayal of like a fat woman. You know, that's something that I appreciate a lot, because I'm a fat woman. Just throwing that out there. But yeah, and it's really just like you don't see like a ton of body type diversity anywhere, let alone like something that really like delves into like, you know, the specifics of like going through life that way. But I really actually was pleasantly surprised by the way they handled it with Azu, because she like, essentially there's this other lady who comes into the Mayabashi witch's shop named Rinko, who honestly could be ranked as my favorite character as well, because they're kind of linked together, the reasons I like them so much. But Rinko comes in, and she is like, I forget even what she's coming in there initially for, but she gets her wish granted later. But anyway, Azu has a very negative reaction to seeing her. She like, basically, like, I forget exactly what she calls her, but you know, she's fat phobic to her is like the whole thing.
Yeah, she's like, you're fat, I don't want to grant your wish.
Yeah, she like refuses to grant her wish because she like hates fat people. And obviously this is like coming from a place of self-loathing, where she sees in other fat people like the fact that she is also fat, and she's trying to hide that, and everything.
Yeah, her friends just kind of think she's a bitch because they don't know that she's in the Mayabashi witch store, she's thin.
Yeah.
So they think she's just like, what? They're just looking at her, they're like, what the fuck? Hey, that's not cool.
Yeah. They're really upset about like the way she treats this woman. But Rinko is the one who kind of finds out like why Azu is like, you know, behaving this way, because it does come from a place of self-hatred and everything. And the way that they like, you know, like resolve that storyline was just like something that just, I was like, I have never seen something handled like this particular subject matter handled this well before, because the thing that Rinko wishes for at the end isn't to become skinny, but instead it's because like she's a model. And like she gets very like, very
demeaning.
Very demeaning like modeling gigs where it's like, you know, she's dressed up as a pig for like to advertise like some kind of meat or whatever, and it's like, you know, very like demeaning, very objectifying.
Nothing like an actual modeling job, just oh, you're fat, so let's do the one thing that you can do.
You have to be a pig
person.
or a cow or whatever, like you're dressing up like this, where you only get to be this one particular thing. And ultimately what she wishes for is to be seen as more than just her fatness. She doesn't wish to like, you know, be skinny, like I said. She wishes to like she could like, you know, get to be an actual model, get like cool stuff, and like she ends up like, you know, in the music video when she and Azu like when Azu grants her wish, she's like ends up in this really cool like dominatrix gear, and it's basically like
a cool outfit.
She looks really good in
outfit.
Yeah, she's actually like
it looks really good.
She looks like
it's
a
not
fat
like
woman
a
just like
it's
drawn
just
to
like
be
an
really
actually
cool.
good outfit for a fat person.
Yeah, it's great. It's really, really good, and like that's ultimately like what she wishes for. She just wants to like be seen as like, you know, like a multifaceted like person who can like play whatever kind of role she wants to within her modeling career, and I think that's great. And because it also goes into how, you know, a common thing that people will think of when it comes to fat people is that like that body type, if you're fat, it's something you do to yourself, right? Like you have that body
they
because
think it's a flaw. If you have that body, you fucked up because you know, whatever bullshit.
Yeah, you're a failure. Like that's basically how people look at it. They view it like as a moral judgment on yourself that you are fat. Whereas Rinko in the show actually says, and Azu also, you know, contributes to this fact that, you know, Rinko, she's always had this body. Like, it's just kind of like that's what her body is like. She has this body type. That's where her body likes to sit at, and that's how it works in real life, by the way. Where most people, they just kind of, they have the body type that they have. It's not, necessarily a unhealthy thing. It's not a health problem to be fat. You certainly can be unhealthy and fat, but like those things aren't like intrinsically linked. And this is like one of the very few times I've seen media directly explore that subject matter, with Rinko just talking about how, no, like, this is just kind of what I look like. This is what I've always looked like. And having that moment where Rinko is kind of like, like an elder, like explain who can resonate with some of the same things that Azu is going through now, and like talk to her about that. And, I really like that relationship that they have, and how that resolves, and how, you
could do an entire anime about that relationship.
You could.
Honestly.
Yeah, it was so strong.
Yeah.
It like really struck me just how like, and that's why Azu is like ranked as my favorite character, because it's not something I had seen before. Like
it's
really.
so rare to see that kind of stuff handled well.
Like I've spent a lot of time like looking for like examples of fat women in anime, and you get stuff like Plus Sized Elf, which is basically just Rinko's modeling gig, the anime.
Just fat fetishizing.
Yeah,
even though they're not even super fat, they're just like chubby.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, even aside from this arc, I have a lot to say about that arc, obviously, because I really, really loved it, and it's like really struck me how like you don't see this sort of thing much, and it was pretty powerful to me and meant a lot. But even aside from that, Azu is like, a thing I like about her is that she's a fat character, even though she's skinny a lot of the time. She's fat in real life, and that's like her whole thing. She's a bitch.
It's a little bit. She's a bitch. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, she's a total bitch. She's really mean in this show. Like, she is the mean girl of this cast. And that was something that stood out to me, because fat characters, it's a role that fat characters don't usually get to play. At least not like, usually a fat character is either like the villain, or they're like, a comedy role, if they're like part of the heroic cast or whatever. In this show, she is on the heroic side. She's on the hero team, and she's the mean girl. And that's like, that's very unique. I hadn't like seen like something like that get to happen before. And I thought that was cool. And also, she has like a very strong relationship with the main character, Yuina. And they've got a really great chemistry together, where Yuina's sort of like, the airheaded like girl who's just like there and wants everyone to have fun and get along, whatever. And
Yuina is like, if you put in girl protagonist, high school girl protagonist, go, that's it. That's all she is, and then she just go, and that's her whole thing.
But yeah,
and it's great, yeah.
And to me, like the main compelling thing about Yuina is just her relationship with Azu. I really like their chemistry, I like their dynamic. And the thing that's like really,
have a great dynamic.
It's really nice about Azu is that she is the mean girl at first, and she's very distant and cold to everyone. But as it goes, she becomes the one who cares the most about this group, because like she like comes to like really see this as like it's not just like her friends. This is like the one place in her life where she gets to like have something like really special, because in real life she's ostracized because she's fat and whatever, like she goes out there and she doesn't like have much connection. She like basically like she fucking lays in bed all day, from all we can tell, when she's like out in the real world, because she doesn't want to go outside. She feels like very ashamed of her body. But in this world, she gets to be like a normal girl who has like this group of friends, and it's like really, really special to him. It's like the main thing she has in life, and she dearly like doesn't want it to go. Like when their memories are about to fade, like I talked about earlier, she's the one who's like the most upset about it, and just like absolutely bawling over it. And it's like really powerful, because it's like, oh, this was like the mean girl who was like, being all cold and distant and everything, but now like she's the one who cares the most and everything. And I love arcs like that. It works really well. And there's just little moments throughout.
Mildly venomous Yuri.
Yeah, the mildly venomous Yuri. There you go. This one got me. Yeah, there's just all sorts of little moments I like in the episode where they lose their memories. It happens after the villain like takes all their powers away, and they get teleported to the real world, and Azu immediately becomes fat, and she, in like deep shame, she's in this room with all of her other friends, and she immediately like throws the blanket over herself and hides in bed, because she doesn't want her friends to like see like how hideous she really is, to her, obviously. When they actually see that she's fat, like they're all like cool about it.
She's like actually like that's the thing. When they see her fat, she's got a great she's still got a great design. She's still got cool fashionable clothing.
She looks better fat.
It looks fine.
Yeah.
She looks it's wild. It's very much to emphasize it's all in her head.
Yeah, it is all in her head.
And on top of that, you don't really get to see stylish fat characters
that
in
was the
anything
thing.
much.
I was going to talk about that. Yeah, she's actually like really, she's the most fashionable one in the crew. Like she and another character are like the two ones who actually like really really care about fashion, and I consider myself kind of a fashion girly as well. So I appreciated seeing that. I really like I like Azu's style. I liked getting to see a really like fashionable fat character, especially toward the end when she's actually like when they've lost their powers and she is out and about being fat and just wearing her usual clothes and stuff, and she looks really good. And just like a normal person, she's treated like a normal person. She's a fat woman who's treated like a normal person. That's like that's something you don't see a whole lot, So
Yeah.
I know I've gone on a very long explanation about this character and why she's my number one, but she was like ultimately like the one that I guess made me personally feel the most seen in this season. And I really appreciated how they handled her. Like regardless what else I have to say about Mayabashi, and I have a lot to say about Mayabashi for the record.
Yeah, it is such a show.
It's a real show, but the one thing that was nailed the whole time was Azu's character. I love the way they handled Azu and her fatness. The one thing that like I don't like is that she never gets to do a song while she's fat is the only thing, because they have these,
they do leave her thin for like all the little songs for the intro, the outro, all that.
I would have loved if she had reached a point where she became more comfortable, like just like doing those scenes with her fat too. Though by the end, like she does reach a point where she hasn't like fully accepted like her body type or anything like that, but she actually switches back and forth by the end, I think, where she's like sometimes she's fat and sometimes she's skinny.
Like she's like,
so it's like
I'll switch back and forth.
It's kind of like she's slowly learning to like love herself is kind of how it feels, like love herself and her body, which I know like it's a whole process to do that, in a fatphobic world. So I get that, and that's like it's a lot better than a lot of the alternatives they could have gone for, like just making her become skinny eventually and real life or whatever,
like the
things
end
like
and
that.
She's just thin.
Yeah.
The
That would have been
only
terrible.
other thing I can think of that does that is fucking Shrek.
Yeah.
Where
that's a good one. Yeah.
She
stays an ogre.
Where Fiona just stays an ogre, and she's fat as an ogre too.
Yeah. That's a good point. That's really the only thing I can name, and that's the thing. It's like such an uncommon thing just to see fat women treated with the level of nuance, empathy, and dignity that Azu was treated with. And yeah, that's why immediately when we went to do these favorite character lists, I immediately marked her as number one. She's my favorite, the one that I'll still be thinking about long after we've moved on for this season. Yeah. And I know who your number one is.
Okay.
Unless you have anything to say about Azu, anything more.
No, I like Azu. That's great. I unfortunately I don't have as much to say about my number one because you already did some of her. But my number one is Yachio from Apocalypse Hotel. I love Yachio. She is to me she is the most realized protagonist that most like absolutely carries her show. She is so funny and wild and entertaining to watch. She's just so human in so many ways that you explore through being a robot, and it's really good. I love Apocalypse Hotel, and Yachio is the heart and soul of Hotel. She gets so much fun stuff to do. She gets to be wacky. She gets to be crazy. She gets to be funny. But she's not unserious. That's the thing. She's not like a comedy character. She takes everything really seriously, and that's why she's so great when she's going berserk, when she punches the guests because they're putting shit everywhere.
Yeah.
It's great. It's so much fun, and she's so human that you empathize with her so deeply. And she's my favorite. I love this dumb little robot, and I've just enjoy, her emotional stuff. I really like how she plays off of her and Ponko's friendship is so good. They're so fun together. When the little Tanuki people joined, I wasn't sure what to think about because I was like, oh, they're just gonna be like comedy shtick. But Ponko and Yachio, they're my favorite duo.
They're like sisters, basically.
They're like sisters, yeah, and it's great. I love seeing them get into trouble and be insane together. It's so good. They match each other's wavelength in such a fun and great way. I really liked when that happened and they became, like a team almost. Yeah. And it's really good. Yashio is ultimately, I think, just a superhuman character that is very driven by the contradictions that come up when you live, when you have a life, when you exist, and when you try to tackle things, as logically and rationally in a world that is absurd. I think Apocalypse Hotel is very much about the absurdity of life, and I love it for that. And Yachio is a protagonist that is trying so hard to handle the absurd. And furthermore, she's also an employee. She works. She's a worker, and I know that feeling so much. I work at a grocery store. I know that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Yachio is my favorite this season.
Yeah, it's a really strong favorite pick for sure.
Yeah. And yeah, I think that wraps up our favorite characters.
Yep.
So now I think we're going to go to our How Gay Are They tier list.
Yes, the How Gay Are They tier list. Let's go.
All right. So this one we're going to try and do a little quicker. I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rankings. And this is just going to be not like a, it's going to be just like, we're just going to be putting them into whatever slot fits the best.
Yeah.
So at the top, we have textually gay. This is stuff that has actual, legitimate content.
Yes.
These characters, it's got some actual canon, real gays. It's text. It's not, not like subtext. It's not anything you could say, not really, but it's going to be, stuff. This is solid gay. High subtext, nothing confirmed, but it's there. You have to be blind. You're crazy. Mild subtext, it's there and it's strong, but not as much. It's you could say nah. It's probably platonic. And if you squint, which is could be there. It's not nothing. Neutral, nothing. Neutral is just no Yuri content. And lastly, homophobic. So those are our tier lists. I'm gonna start with textually gay. I've put you in Idol Precure because Melodon. I don't think there's another way to read Melodon as just being in love with Puriun.
Particularly since Precure has had some. I know it doesn't usually go for the canon queerness so much, but it has before. I feel like Yukari and Akira are similarly you can't really argue
They are also
that.
very there's not really an argument that they're not a thing. And even though it doesn't say canonically, I am Akira and this is my girlfriend Yukari and we are gay, looks at the camera, but it is there. That's undeniable.
I agree. And I feel like Melodon is right in that tier too. You and Idol Precure is the only one that I would say is textually gay. From this season.
I have put up Guilty Gear Dual Rulers because Bridget is canonically trans and it discusses it explicitly in the show.
That is fair.
So I did put it up there, even though there is not really any other gay content in that except Bridget and Unica, which is still unfortunately only really a ship. It's a strong. I like it. I like Bridget Unica a lot, but unfortunately it doesn't get much time. Yeah.
She was just like, let me tell y'all. This bitch, she was just sitting there, just on her hands and knees, just praying for Bridget and Unica content. Every single episode, it was just it was all she. It was literally the first show we would watch every week when it came out was Guilty Gear Strive Dual Rulers because she was like, I need to see Bridget and Unica. Oh, there's gonna be Bridget and Unica this time around, and it never came back. It just never came back. They would get
it came back a little bit.
Okay, came back for 5 seconds.
Yeah, Bridget got injured, and Unica Unica went Super Saiyan because someone hurt her girlfriend. It's so.
Yeah, she was. She was.
Guilty Gear Dual Rulers could have been the best fucking anime of all time if they'd committed to this. Daisuke Washitara, make it canon. Make Bridget Unica canon, and my life is yours.
God. She was just so into the Unica becomes a chaser arc. And
it's so funny. Sees one trans girl, immediately becomes a chaser.
Yeah. And the total, I think they get 5 minutes of screen time in the total show, something like that.
I know I'm delusional, but I'm not under any illusions about that.
I know.
I am Yuri brained as fuck. I'm not under any illusions. I know it's not going to be canon, but I am. It's there. Anyway,
it's there.
So high subtext. I've put Rock is a Lady's Modesty.
Yeah.
Uma Musume, and Witch's Death.
Yeah, I would wait. Actually, I might argue. Go back
Yeah?
to textually.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Kiriyama has a crush on Sachan and Mono. Explicitly, right? Am I tripping? Isn't it there?
No, it's true.
Isn't it there?
Is how she's introduced, and it's there, but it's like they don't really
I know
bring it up
doesn't.
again.
It doesn't really come back. That's the only thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
it doesn't really come back.
it's like-
I was really pleasantly surprised
Yeah.
when I saw there's that scene that's
Yeah.
how she's introduced. Hey, I came here just for this girl because
Mm-hmm.
I like this girl a lot. I want to grow old with her and,
Yeah.
and crumble to dust with her. And it's like then that never gets revisited. She's just kind of the quirky friend from then on, but
Yeah.
which is fine. I think
Mm-hmm.
I like that you can be gay and also be normal. I've never
Yeah.
done it, but you can. And but it just doesn't get revisited ever, and they don't feel particularly especially close or anything.
That's true.
I've put Mono in mild subtext.
I guess so. Yeah.
For that reason.
That's the thing, because like
But,
it's technically
yeah.
it is explicit, but yeah, it's not really a part of the show.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
not
only
really
thing
part of the
about
show,
it.
it's
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah.
So yeah, I suppose that's fair.
In You and Idol and in Guilty Gear, they are both explicitly big, parts of the show.
They're queer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
That is. Yeah.
And then for high subtext, you said you had Witch's Death. You had Uma Musume, and what else did you
Yeah.
have?
Rock is the Lady's Modesty.
Rock is Lady's Modesty would be the most high subtext one for sure. Because,
Yeah.
like I said,
It's all but straight up said that they're lesbians.
the whole thing is just built around them, like, as they play their music and whoever is like overpowering the other's noise is like
Yeah.
doming the other, and it's just the whole fucking thing in the show. And lest we forget the incest Yuri in the show.
Yeah.
Sorry, inseki, whatever they call step
No,
incest.
it's I don't look so Lily's stepsister
Alice.
Finds out that she plays rock and she goes to see her and she's like, oh my god, this is the coolest thing ever, and starts getting really blushy around her sister.
Yeah.
And
It's so
I'm letting
weird.
it off because there's nothing gonna happen
No,
here.
yeah.
Her sister isn't like, oh, I'm gonna whatever.
Yeah.
It's just from her side and it's really fucking funny. Because like she also gets another scene too where the other girls are like doting on her and she's like melted. She's like, oh my god. It's just really funny to see her freak out.
Yeah.
And like if this was gonna be like what do you call it, Ori-emo territory, I would bail, but it's clearly just a bit.
Or that, what is that, the other Yuri that has the incest?
Citrus.
There you
Orange you glad. Orange you glad we're not blood related.
Yeah. God, why did that happen again?
But yes, it is very clearly Otaha
Lisa
and
and
Lisa
Otaha, yeah.
definitely like their thing is them being super into each other.
Yeah.
What's her face? The bassist Shiro, she wants
Shiraya, yeah.
Otaha to step on her.
Yeah.
Like that's canon.
Yeah.
She's like, I just realized I have a kink for being berated by you.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, oh no. Tina is just oscillates between the cool Yuri Prince archetype
Yeah.
and being the uwu shy girl.
Yeah.
So it's yeah. It's
And
all
she
about
like
that.
all the
basically.
basically she's doing the
And they're at an all-girls school. It is all intentionally drawing on that Yuri.
yeah, so they're doing the Utena thing where Tina comes in and like everyone all the other girls at school are like gay for her because she's like vaguely like
Yeah,
masculine when she's at school and putting up this front. So yeah.
Yeah.
That one's definitely like highest subtext, and towards the end it actually feels like maybe it might become canon. I wouldn't be surprised this one became
I
canon.
could see it. Yeah, I could see it going into text. Like in the ending, maybe once it all ends and there's no more like they don't have to worry about it. They can probably say like, all right, let's go and hold hands and walk off into the sunset.
They could do
like,
some
that
last
could
minute
probably
lesbians.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could see Rock as Ladies Modesty doing
whatever,
last minute lesbians. Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
it could be. Who knows? But whatever. I wouldn't be. If they don't do it, that's whatever.
And there's that one. There's Once Upon a Witch's Death, which is also in this tier. And
yeah, Meg definitely seems like she is actually into girls.
Yeah.
Like she does it. It's played like a joke, but it doesn't feel like a joke.
No.
She has really strong chemistry with.
I'm telling you,
Sophie.
she's like you. She's just doing it as a joke until it actually works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then I've got If You Squint, which is Princession and Mayabashi. These ones aren't like strong, but it's not there. Princession is very mild because it's kids show, and I only really see it.
Wait!
between,
Mayabashi
like,
should be higher. Mayabashi should be higher. Remember, Rinko has a
Higher?
girlfriend. She's gay.
You're right.
That's explicit.
Yeah, so Rinko, it's a one-off thing, but Rinko, the
fat woman
model, who comes in, she has a scene where she talks to her girlfriend, and she mentions later, I found a partner who loves me.
That one's explicit.
It's a woman, and so you're right. You know, what? I'm bumping up Maebashi to textually gay.
Yeah, it's textually gay. That one almost slipped my mind too, because like I'm just thinking about
you're right. I was thinking about the main girls only.
But no, there's a gay couple in it.
There's a little bit of chemistry between the main girls, but that's true. You're right. Maebashi is textually gay.
Yep.
And then in Squint Princession, I think Nachi and Minamo are cute together. That's about it. And neutral is Apocalypse Hotel. Apocalypse Hotel is no Yuri, but it's fine. It's not like there's any romance, but there's a little. But it's a relationship. I wouldn't call it a romance.
Yeah.
Like Ponko gets a. I almost said Ponko gets a wife. I am so Yuri brained.
She gets a husband.
So Yuri brained. I meant husband.
Can't stop yourself.
Yuri brained. But it's not like a romance is what I meant, and it's not really the point of the show. So it's neutral. And lastly, homophobic. Yaiba's the kind of show where you'd have a guy come up and go like, I'm a gay guy. Ooh, how are you doing? I'm attracted to men. And then the characters go, ew!
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's the vibes I get from Yaiba. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a character like that, considering when it was written, and you know, there's all that kind of humor throughout Yaiba. So it is a shonen from that era, for better or worse.
Yeah. It sure is, and I don't disagree. That's the tier list.
Yeah. That's a tier list, and now we're gonna do our favorite moments from this season. Top 5.
Top 5. Okay, you can start out on this one.
All right, my number 5 is Yaiba versus Onomaru, the final battle in season 1. Yeah, so this one just pops off. It's straightforwardly a really awesome final battle, between the two rival characters.
Same, by the way. This is my number 5.
Crazy. This is your number 5 too? Yeah. It's just great. It's awesome. Nothing like special or anything like that, but it's just an awesome fight. Well animated, very entertaining. The music is great too, and you're also number 5?
I had Yaiba versus Onimaru 2. This is their second fight as my number 5.
Yeah.
It's just, great fight. Just probably like one of the best animated things of this whole anime season for sure. It's incredible. Yeah. It's a really, really great one. Yeah, for sure. I agree.
My number 4 is the episode 3 live from Maebashi, which is the aforementioned concert that they do for Rinko, where she gets that cool outfit. That was the moment that Maebashi went from, this is weird, to, oh, okay, you had my interest, but now you have my attention. So that was, that's why I put it there. The song itself was okay. I don't remember it, but I do remember the visuals and the cool outfit and the fact that it's treating a fat character with dignity and giving her a cool moment. Yeah. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is it's when Tamamo beats Oguri in the race in the finale of Musume.
Yeah, that was a great one. Yeah,
that one's up there for me. I was rooting for Tamamo. I was like, this needs to happen. Like, the show is going to be so much more interesting if this happens. This
is the right booking.
Yeah, this is the correct booking, exactly. I was literally saying that because I'm a wrestling nerd during that, and and I was very happy to see Tamamo win. It was just, very hype moment, because you don't really, like, I wasn't confident that she would win either. It's like, I thought this was the right thing to do. I wasn't sure if it was the thing the story was going to do, but it did do it. It was super hype. Really enjoyed it, and the presentation of the whole thing, it was just great. Horse girl, Super Saiyan, like, just whole thing. Mwah. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Your number 3?
My number 3 is the final concert from Rocka's Lady's Modesty. I love that too. I love all the music sessions in Rocka's Lady's Modesty. They're all really like nicely. They've got a lot of fun stuff going on. The CGI is pretty good. Like, it doesn't look distracting or anything when they switch into CG models, but they're rocking out. They're very expressive. It feels real fun and intense, and the music is really strong. Like, I feel like this is an active, like, Rock is the Lazy Modesty started out as a manga, and I'm sure the manga is good, but it doesn't have music.
Yeah.
And hearing the music, I think, makes the whole difference. And I think this is kind of the realization of what happens in Rock is the Lady's Modesty.
For sure.
So that's what I think, And I really enjoyed seeing that final concert go off and the band is all together for the first time. You've got all four of the girls playing their hearts out and going ham and winning over the audience by turning them gay with their music. It's great.
Yeah. All right.
What's your number 3?
My number 3 is the debut of Kyozu-kun and Kyokiss in Yuenai no Precure. Yeah. That was another one where, just like when Tamamo beat Oguri, I was like, oh, I really want to see this. I want to see Merodon and Purirun become the new Cures. I want them both to get that. And they did it. Yeah. They did exactly what I wanted. It was so hype, and they had wonderful, amazing designs. Hype, yeah. It was just...
I love the condition they had to do it with, which is the heart lock.
Right.
So they have this little lock that can grant a wish, but it seals away your most precious thing in return. And it takes Purirun's memories. And so Purirun has become a cure, but now she doesn't remember Uta or any of her friends. And it's such a good trade-off, because you get this really cool thing, but at the same time, now you're like, oh no, what's going on?
Yeah.
What happened to Purirun? Oh no, she doesn't remember. And it's really great. Yeah.
It is really good, yeah. I love that, and I love the way, like, it just builds up to it really well, because Purirun's going through an arc where, you know, she feels like useless because she just hasn't been able to, like, help the Cures at all. And she's like, I really want to help Cure Idol. I really want to help Uda. And she'll, like, give up anything to do that. And she gives up the things that matter to her most. And Merodon is actually the one who has to, like, you know, help her go through with that too, which shows, like, her arc as she's, like, developing a bit more, like, selflessness, where it's like she's doing this thing that, like, you know, is what Purirun wants to do. And yeah, I just love the way they pull it off. It's a great debut, and everything about it just really, really hype. So going back to you, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is the Finding Your Shape scene from Guilty Gear Dual Rulers. This is this is the best scene by a mile, because Guilty Gear Dual Rulers sucks ass, but it's not a good show. But this bit that that Bridget gets at the post credits of whatever episode where she's talking with Unica is the best stuff in the show. She gets to talk explicitly about being trans and how she had to discover herself and everything in a very real and just kind of beautiful way. They have nice visuals going for it. There's the ocean and the moon and everything. Bridget she doesn't get to be in the show a lot, but when she does, she gets the best stuff. And it was really emotional and moving to me to see that they did that for her and they let her have that moment. And it does tie into Unica's arc too. Turns her into a chaser, but
this is an honorable mention for me, by the way. I did have Unica becomes a chaser on my list as not right below,
Unica becomes a chaser.
right outside my top 5. Yeah,
that's the takeaway. Unica's a chaser.
Yeah,
no, but it was just really great, and that's the moment. Like I had a little bit of hope for the story, and I was like, oh, okay, I hope this is good. And
hope it was quickly dashed, but yeah.
It was quickly dashed, but whatever. And that's when I started to care about the show and the story a little bit. And I think it was good, yeah. Okay. That's my number 2. What's yours?
My number 2 is your number 1. I'm going to say that now. It's the wedding episode of Apocalypse Hotel.
Yeah, the funeral wedding.
Yeah, it's the funeral wedding episode of Apocalypse Hotel. I don't want to go into it too much because I want you to take the floor for that one mainly. But okay. I'll just say, like... this was the most emotional episode of this whole anime season. It's all about how Ponko, the Tanuki alien girl who comes and, befriends Yachio, kind of becomes her little assistant. She's all grown up, and her grandma, and she's getting married. She's engaged to be married, but right before the wedding happens, her grandmother passes away. And so they end up hosting a dual event where Ponko's getting married to her husband at the same time as they're holding a funeral for her grandmother. And it hits pretty hard. It's like it really captures, I think, like the very unique vibes of the show in the first place. Because the thing that makes Apocalypse Hotel work as well as it does is that it's melancholy, but it's also like very like quirky at the same time and like funny and out there. So it's like a lot of it's about like finding the joy in like a very dire circumstance. And this episode more than any other really encapsulates that because it's simultaneously silly and like really like emotionally devastating. And it's just like those two things are just going on like very simultaneously, very strongly. And I'll let you get more into specifics later. But yeah, it's definitely like probably my second favorite episode of this anime season, and it definitely made me cry. So yeah.
Not to spoil,
and it made you cry too.
I don't cry I don't like crying. I don't like to cry at things. I've only really cried at a couple things. This was one of them.
Yeah.
That, and so now I'll take over because this is my number one pick.
Yeah.
The Funeral Wedding. This to me is the core of Apocalypse Hotel. The Funeral Wedding, where everything is sad but also happy and ridiculous and also serious, is the heart of Apocalypse Hotel. Apocalypse Hotel to me is about absurdism. It's about how absurd the world and life and the universe is, and going along through it anyways, and knowing that nothing is really making sense, but we are all in this together, and embracing that. It is absurd that a robot runs a hotel when there's no humans to stay in it. It's absurd that there are that the robots that we're holding a funeral at the same time as a wedding. Although I'm sure this happened in real life, but like it's a mishmash of all these crazy emotions. It's bittersweet, it's sad, it's happy. There's a bit where Yachio does a magic trick with Grandma's corpse. She takes Grandma's corpse, cut it into 3 pieces, and spins it around. Yeah. It's insane. It's crazy. It's unhinged, and it's all deeply human. And it really moved me. And seeing Grandma's last message, like, it really it hit me.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've really gotten over the death of my grandma.
Yeah.
I was close to her, and I didn't get a lot of closure on a lot of stuff because of that. But and so that really, maybe it's just because it's about a grandma, and it's not like anything tragic or big happened. She just kind of passed on because that's what happens. That's how life goes. It's absurd, and it's a but it's meaningful. And I think a celebration and a funeral is the ultimate kind of coalition of that theme. And that's why Apocalypse Hotel's Funeral Wedding is my number one moment. Yeah. What is yours?
My number one, it was already on your list earlier. It was, it was
the live.
It was the live in Maebashi, which is Rinko's music video, her moment with Azu. That was my number one.
Yeah.
And I already detailed everything about like why I like really loved like the whole Fat Phobia arc and Azu and Rinko and everything. So I'm not going to go into it too hard, but yeah, that was just the one that like, it just hit the closest to home for me, I guess, and I was like really pleasantly surprised by how well they handled the subject matter and everything. So yeah, that was my favorite moment of this season. What are we moving on to now?
Honestly, I kind of need a little bit of a break real quick, so I think we'll take a little intermission.
Okay, we'll take an intermission.
Do you mind if we do a little quick intermission?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
All right,
let's do it.
Then we'll cut to commercial.